Hey everyone, welcome back to MetalDisciple.com's 365 Days of Metal. My name is George and this is day 355. Welcome back to day 5 of my 5-day Woods of Ypres retrospective. Yesterday I covered Woods 4, the Green Album. Today I bring you the final Woods album, Woods 5, Gray Skies and Electric Light. Today marks the 2-year anniversary of the passing of David Gold. I've been leading up to today all week, and now that the day is here, I find myself unable to think of anything useful I can say that lessens the stark loss of human life. I think about what David's family and friends must be feeling today, and anything I have to say seems insignificant. My thoughts go out to them on this tragic anniversary. David died before Woods 5 was released. I remember being woken up by a text message from a friend the next day and hearing the news. It was unreal. In 2011, my musical world revolved around my obsession with Woods of Ypres. To get news like that, it took me a while to process it and accept it. Woods 5 was eventually released in the US in the spring of 2012, though my impatience to hear it caused me to pay a hefty sum for a European import that was released about a month earlier. But then, when I received the album, I found myself unable to listen to it. I know, this sounds overly dramatic, but that's who I am. I kept thinking how this would be my first time hearing a Woods of Ypres album, and I kept putting it off. When I finally decided to listen to the album, it was bittersweet. In my opinion, Woods 5 was David's best work. The production was finally perfect. The music was beautiful. The lyrics were heart-wrenching, particularly Adora Vivos and Kiss My Ashes Goodbye. I listen to a lot of metal music, and I like many albums. But for me, an album like Woods 5 only comes along once in a great while. To fall so hard for an album, while at the same time knowing there would never be a follow-up, was terribly depressing. A moment of silence, but not one moment more. Sorry, David, I have to take more than a moment to revel in your art. For me, every song on this album is a winner. But if I had to choose a favorite, it would be track 4, Traveling Alone. I'm wildly speculating here, but I think this song came out of David's time living in Kuwait. The Middle East, obviously a place that takes religion very seriously. The premise of the song seems to be David conversing with some sort of airport customs official, and on the surface, it's about declaring any items. But underneath, it's about declaring religious faith. David talks about how he cannot believe in a God, but looking at the world around him, he understands why other people would. He wonders whether it's better to leave them to their faith or to try to dash their beliefs and make them as miserable as he is. The song has 2 parts that I find myself quoting a lot because they really hit home with me. The first is the line, "I can be thankful to be alive, but I despise this life. In all my years, at best, I've only learned just to survive." I don't know that I've ever heard a song relate the idea that just because you don't want to end your life doesn't mean you want to live. That's the struggle of life right there. Not wanting to die, but maybe not knowing how to live either. Surviving is not necessarily living. The other line I quote is, "I have searched and I have tried to find a place where I can be. I love my homeland dearly, but never carved a place in society." Who can't relate to that? Me? I've never felt like I fit in, no matter where I am. School, work, home, nowhere. That's just the way I am, I guess. And I don't see that as ever changing. Not fitting in is a common theme in one way or another in metal music. And that's probably why so many of us that don't fit anywhere else find common ground with others in our love of metal music. Both of those lyrics are so simple, yet beautiful in the deep and powerful feelings they convey. Those are feelings that I have always felt, but never could have expressed so eloquently. So thank you, David, for these lyrics and all the other lyrics and music you gave us in your time here. If I was able to turn on even one more person to Woods of Ypres this week, I'll call this a win. If you haven't yet, please take the opportunity to listen to today's playlist. I've laid out a selection of tracks from Woods 5, Gray Skies, and Electric Light. Enjoy.